divine preparation, a connection where you know that it's no one and nothing else, that is your person, and you would choose them every time, all the time. Whilst also holding space to understand that they are working through themselves. They have certain fantasies, certain desires, certain pulls, and they themselves are even trying to understand these. A connection where you can be so beautifully, intimately honest and vulnerable with each other. There's such transparency because you're not taking it personally. You are not allowing their truth to trigger you anymore, because there are these unhealed wounds beneath the surface that you have been working on, you have been processing. That's a kind of intimacy that can't be explained and is not understood by a lot of people. That you can be so honest that you can tell somebody, your person, when there are certain feelings, emotions, energies coming over you that you yourself are trying to process and understand without them taking it personally. And so, and sometimes it is that they themselves have those unprocessed wounds that you're going to trigger in them, such as abandonment, rejection, not being good enough, worthy, when all along what you're processing has nothing to do with them. Because like I say, this connection is where you will choose them every time, anytime, every lifetime. And what you're doing is your soul path, your soul alignment. Yeah, the agreements that you've been making. The divine preparation taking place is for you to be that person for each other. You might notice that things coming up for you and you're responding to them differently. Maybe they are temptations. Maybe they are just choices that you get to make in that moment. And you're understanding, hold on, that's bringing out this version of me. And if I were in that connection right now, because you know who it is, you know what it is. Maybe not face name, but the depth, the intensity of that connection that you desire, and you know it. It doesn't align with this version of you that's coming out when you are in that scenario that's coming your way. You're going through these situations. Divine is putting you in these situations for a reason, because they're preparing you to, so even you can recognize when this is happening, because they want you to be in that energy where you are transparent. They're preparing you for such intimacy, which means this is truly knowing each other's darkest selves and light. When you hold faith in someone, you see their shadow, yes, but you have such faith in their light. And you know that because, you do that too. You look in the mirror and you see yourself. It's not about perfection. The human experience isn't about perfection. If so, you wouldn't even be on the human experience. You'd already be that angelic version, of whatever you want to call it. You might be experiencing deja vus. Okay. Let's see who this message is for, what this message is. Okay. Yeah, it is one of those energies where you will get the same situation come back to you, so you can understand yourself better. The layers don't just peel and then it's one and that's it, it's gone forever. The layers have layers, you know what I mean? There are different levels to all of these situations. There are different levels to the different devils, It's not about rushing in and thinking, oh, sometimes, living for the moment has its own time and space, but that's not what this is. This is more about intentionality. This is way more in accordance to your divine purpose, which means that actually you have to be a different version of understanding your journey. And if this message is for you, whoever this message is for, you'll understand what that means. You'll understand that, yeah, no more being in this... I'm hearing melancholy, but also just kind of so focused on your own emotions, your own experiences, your own losses. It's not about that anymore. It's about understanding, hold on. This space I'm creating and understanding how I'm understanding myself now, the communication that I need to help another understand me and to open the space for me to understand them, requires me to come out of myself and not just keep going over and over the same things. It's time to, it's that energy where you can just put yourself, you do all that work on yourself, whatever, you're in isolation, but when you're in that trigger, is that past version of you coming through, because you're not putting yourself in those environments, you don't know. It's no longer about that, it's about having trust here. Okay, got the Queen of Wands as well. 6 of Coins, 2 of Wands. Oh, very nice. Okay. And I think this is it. I think, you know, you have had these experiences before. You have wanted that honesty, that transparency, but it's turned sour. It's turned sour. You've been in experiences where someone's not going to be like that. They're not going to, you know, maybe someone was overly possessive, overly attached, or just really, they took things so personally that any truth of yours that you were trying to heal through, understand and work through, they made it about themselves, about how you don't want them, or how just something that was like their own shadow that they needed to work through, that there wasn't an equal give and receive. And this is what you desired. You desired that equal give and receive. You desired the ability to be able to, you know, be in that conversation with someone and say, you know, this is what happened. And it's nothing to do with them. It's not even, probably not even always to do with you, but it's something that they allow themselves to. So for example, maybe you had like a third person come your way and they tried to compliment you, maybe they tried to, you know, whatever it is, and you told your person and your person got triggered, you know, got jealous or whatever it is, you know, and then it blocked that path that you could have. You ended up feeling like a void, a hollow feeling, emptiness, you know. Just when you're a team, a divine partnership, you're a team, you're solid. Clearly there needs to be, moving forwards, you understand there needs to be a creation of a stable foundation to understand that before you move forwards, to understand that the desires that you have, the fantasies that you have, the pulls externally that you have are not about each other in that respect, because you're so honest and so true about how you feel about each other, what you truly want, which again is going to require the ability to be so authentic and honest. Okay, 8 of Cups, you walked away from these past situations, and perhaps you had them walk away from you, so you felt like you couldn't be honest, you know. Like I said, the connection that you're being prepared for and that you truly desire is unique. Not everyone will get it. You literally stand by each other, you have each other's back, you know. 10 of Wands, finally laying it down in reverse, no longer taking this, moving forward in this energy of, you know, made you feel like you're being selfish maybe or something, when truly you're just trying to understand your journey. Other people are making it about themselves, you know. Following your heart, laying down the burdens and following your heart. Oh my God, your heart's going to lead you where exactly where it needed to. The connection you had in the past were led by your wounds, your unprocessed traumas that were still asking for you to show, coming up for you to heal, right? You've been looking at that. You've been, this is what I mean by you will be placed in those situations, be like, hold on, this is what it's bringing out of me, because you're now at a point where you're not overly overwhelmed by the energy and the emotion taking over you. You're actually able to observe yourself. It's like this beautiful version of yourself you've created. You're not so attached to the trauma. You've detached. That's so beautiful. That's incredible. You're not going to allow the illusion to drive you this time, but just the truth of your heart, which feels warm, blissful, you know, not a false fire, you know. Oh my God, the King of Cups. That's emotional mastery. Is basically what we've just been saying. It says emotional mastery. So Knight to King of Cups, leveling up when it comes to your emotional landscape so much. And yeah, it's taken a while. Yes, you've been investing in this. You've had to. You've had every lesson outside of you to teach you that you've had to, you know. Wow, this is someone who's grounded, who's becoming someone who's emotionally available, becoming someone who's emotionally available, whereas before there were so much burdens that you felt like you were going through the same situation again and again. The Emperor, oh my God, Knight of Cups to King of Cups to the Emperor, the Divine Masculine. I'm just like, this is like one after the, this is telling you something. 10 of Wands in reverse, that cycle is ending, closing off, being understood. Someone is leveling up, and I think that actually they want to be transparent, they want to be honest as they go through the maturation process, just this process of stepping into that Divine Masculine, really embodying that, which takes cyclic. They want to say, you know what, this is my truth, these are my stories, this is it. You know, it's about accept. You want to be accepted by them, they want to be accepted by you completely. It's your darker night. That's what I mean. This is not for the light-hearted. This isn't just fairy tales. This is depth. This is that dark romance, you know, because your heart is fueling it, the depths of your heart. So this is a beautiful energy who's preparing to take their throne. Knight to king to emperor. I mean, they have been in the past very much, maybe they have themselves been very jealous, right? That was coming through for a reason, but they've ever been like, it's got to be my way. And now they're understanding what equal give and receive is. Yeah, why they ended up feeling that void space. You know, because what they want, they need to be giving in return as well. You know, that divine preparation is a two-way thing. You have to be able to hold that space. And they know this. And it isn't just, like I say, it's not just about turning up perfect. This is a process. You can see it. They're laying down that heavy weight. They're learning that high priestess as well. They're activating. They're also accessing their subconscious mind that drives you. Your subconscious mind is one of your biggest drivers, and it's unseen. So you have to take the preparations and necessary steps to see it, to recognize it, where it's driving you, and no longer just keep repeating the same old situations because someone's running off like this state of impulse, or just like thinking before they're acting. Massive, you know. And then just like being left in that situation of like pondering and oh my god, you know, overthinking. Oh, the magician. Oh, wow, they're focused. They're becoming very. It says resourceful creators as well, so they're becoming very focused and understanding what is within their grasp, within their toolbox, if you will, that is going to help them to take the necessary actions that truly they are being divinely guided to take, actually, in order for this divine preparation to create who they need to be. Because they need to also create the right situation and the environment for this to be a two-way give and receive exchange, you know, where you both hold this space to be so truly your deepest, truest selves without the masks. This isn't about everybody seeing you like that. This is a connection. You connect like this for a reason, the two of you. And maybe this is another thing, you know, they saw that this is what the potential it was, and it scared them in the past. Because like I said, there's been those situations where it's just ended up not going the way they desired. Look at that Two of Cups, loving exchange. Right. You're both going to need to, this is going to be guards down, healthy boundaries, even being transparent about what your boundaries are. You know? Oh my god, the King of Coins. Whoa, what's going on? This is someone who's that magician, the resourceful creator, and then the ultimate provider. They're becoming the ultimate provider. Dependable, trustworthy, grounded, stable, someone you can turn to, you know, which means that this is probably what they're being for other people in their life as well, which is what's helping them to be this for the connection that they are divinely being prepared for right now. Powerful. They're definitely working on their finances. This is also why they need to understand what their priorities are as well. Okay? Which is what they've been balancing with this understanding of their emotional landscape, their internal world, you know, and how they can, because it takes a lot of investment to look into, like I say, your subconscious mind to understand it. Oh my God, Three of Wands. This is manifesting your dreams. The Sun. This is literally like going away. I'm seeing like this is like the beach, and there's a yacht and a whole ocean in the back. That's why they're becoming ultimate provider. They want to be the one who's like, you know, wow. Don't forget the divine masculine protector, provider, like action oriented, success led. They know where they're going. They can see it. This is why that magicians come out. They're creating this. Not only can they see it, they're creating that vision into their reality right now. They're grounding this down. They have a very radiant energy. But again, that connection that's coming through, it really, I think it inspires them. They see this. They want to see their person free, liberated. This is why they want this so much too. They just need that. And I think for them it comes more to do with their emotions that they struggle with, the things inside that they have not spoken about, the things where maybe they do get pulled in the temptation. They found it so hard to understand what this is. You know, the unhealthy attachments that are still just like, they can get, you know, what's the word, tangled up inside you sometimes, and then suddenly all you need is one person, one situation, whatever it is, to come across your way, and it shows you that version of you, you know. And they want to be able to be honest with their person about this, not to be triggered. And again, it's a two-way thing. They need to understand it's a two-way thing, so they need to not be triggered by their person's similarity, right? This is so profound. This is beautiful. Like I said, it's not for everyone, truly not for everyone. That's justice. I kind of wanted to come out. I'll just take it, put it on the side. Justice. This isn't about feelings of guilt and blame and shame. Quite the opposite. That's what's been stuck in the subconscious for so long. Someone hasn't understood that this is what's been driving them. You know, this is about bringing balance back now. A lot of balance here that needs to be addressed. Okay, Page of Coins. The Lovers. What? Oh my God. This, okay, so we've got the Lovers here, then we've got the Page of Coins. This card for the Page of Coins says laying a foundation, and then you've got union with the Lovers. So this is clearly someone who's very much aware and understanding what it means to lay that foundation that I was talking about, that trust, loyalty, dependability, communication. Yeah, wanting both of you to be there for each other, with each other. It's going to require two people thinking they're getting very grounded with what this is for them. They're they're embodying this for them, which is why it's so important for them that they're closing out that 10 of Wands cycle. They've seen it. They don't want to be in that hollow feeling anymore. They want their truth. They want their desires. Not the temptation, you know. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. I'll just look at the other deck as well, some final cards. Wow, really beautiful. I'm just looking at all this masculine energy. It's like powerful masculine energy. And then you have the Queen of Coins at the bottom. King and Queen of Coins. Wow. They're both like really got a lot to offer to each other. Very abundant mindsets. And also like just this eternal abundant energy. You know, it's very earthy, very grounded. You both could be holding it down together. Oh, see, this is where the block comes in. King of Wands in reverse. Got the King and Queen of Wands in reverse. Maybe both of you were like this. King and Queen of Wands in reverse. You know, impulsive, driven, unpredictable. Jealous again, that energy of just not a leader you can trust. Someone who you know, just someone who you can end up getting into so many like conflict with. That's the opposite of where you want to be going. Maybe this is that feminine energy that came through, Queen of Coins at the bottom of the deck. Maybe this is who she remembers this person as being, this King of Wands in reverse. And this is where there's a change, a shift taking place. Both of you. You remember each other as the reversed versions. Oh my God, oh, okay. Oh, there's Queen of Coins again, okay. Okay. So, there's definitely going to be a decision to make. And you're going to have to... You know, sometimes your faith is tested, Queen of Coins, and you're going to have to learn how to tap back into grounding within yourself to make this decision. Your inner dependability, how much you can depend on your truth, how much you trust yourself is going to make a big decision of moving forwards here. And also who you're presented with outside of you. The version of you that you want to be, who you have faith in, versus the version of you that is pulled away from that. Okay, you've had enough tests of faith to get to this point. It's time to remember that. So I think this is somebody, the person who's connected to this Emperor, they remember this person's being very unpredictable in the past. There was a loss here, sadness, a change that was not welcome, where they needed to suddenly be guarded. You know, and this is where they've had to do a lot of healing and digging. You triggered each other, okay? Yeah, Knight of Wands in, it says reckless show off. Someone who's not, you know, truly led by impulse, maybe lust, desires, temptations, you know, all the things outside of you that just pull you and you're suddenly led by it. There's no like integrity, there's no grounded energy, there's no your alignment, trusting that honorable, and there's none of that. This is why it's like this indecision, yet again, 2-2. Let's get another one. God, this is someone who's changing them, because this energy that's connected to them remembers this version of them. Okay, let's get one more. Get some clarity. Okay, strength in reverse. This is because someone was lacking confidence in the past. They weren't confident in themselves, or they were presenting as this version, but they've been healing. They've been going within. Oh my God, this is beautiful. They've been taking that time. They've been in solitude mode. Oh my God, 10 of Swords as well. The final chapter. I think they've had to go. Oh my God, the 3 of Swords. Oh, they've had to go through some dark lessons, right, to really have to go within, and they have been going within. They're no longer taking this forward. It says final chapter. They don't want to take this darkness with them anymore. They've been learning themselves. So this is someone who's had a lot of lessons because of their past behaviors, and now they're coming out in this energy. Gosh, they've been leveling up. They're understanding what it means to be in the divine self. They're understanding union. They're understanding the heart space, their emotional landscape way better. So that lack of confidence is shifting, and this is where I think Well, let's see. What else. Okay. King of Fire, 7 days. Within the next 7 days, wow, someone's, I don't know, there's going to be some kind of proof here, some kind of decision. Literally the Queen of Fire, King and Queen of Fire. Now, that I want to make it clear that that's a fire energy. You don't have to be fire signs. This is that energy, that passion, that drive, that motivation, the light that you have, that really you are here to be the guiding stars, you know. So within the next 7 days, and then within the next 7 to 14 days. And don't forget, we've got the King and Queen of Wands on the table in reverse, and now the very first cards here are King and Queen of Fire. Those are the only matches coming through. So that's important energy. Too many cards. That's important energy. So the next 2 weeks, there's going to be some true shifts taking place here. When I say someone's closing out the past cycle, that laying down that burden, that final chapter, truly, they're right now, they're going to be going within as they, to reflect. So they can get into that energy, that magician energy, that laying down that foundation, that yes, I'm stepping up into my Emperor energy to manifest that forward union, that picture ahead that they can see. The Sun, that's also Leo energy actually. Vitality, creativity, success, purpose driven, okay. So they're tapping back into themselves. That solar plexus energy, that confidence, because clearly this past version of themselves where it clearly said lacking confidence, right? They've had to make a lot of decisions, and it's been from a wounded place. They've had a lot of lessons to learn, you know, and they've had to learn how they have to be the one who can trust themselves. So they've been becoming that person, which means they're going to be someone who's trustworthy outside too, you know. This is following the heart. This is the divine self. This isn't doing things from a shady way anymore. Okay, they've been there, done that many times. I think this is why they want to have that space where there is honesty. I think both of you really want this, you know, that true divine alignment in connection, that union that came out. Yeah, time to get going. Cardinal energy. So, a leader, original, but we're beginnings, birthing ideas into reality. Again, the Lovers, Gemini. That's both of them have come out. Wow, okay. Alignment, partnership, love, openness. This is what they want to begin now. They're ready, they feel ready, you know, they feel ready. I'm not talking about, again, this is 0 to 100, this is about, okay, laying that foundation brick by brick, right? Small action by small action, putting the investment in each time, you know, you're given that chance to. Each time you're given the opportunity to have that conversation. Each time you're given the opportunity to remove the mask, to be vulnerable, to have some fun, whatever it is, together, in that healthy way, that aligned way. Alignment, partnership, love, openness, warmth, Sun, so much warmth. That was coming through before. Yeah, warmth. No more fire that just burns so fast and burns away. Warmth, something that stays, you know, within your heart. No matter what's happening externally, it's within your heart. That's where the fire is. That someone's really been igniting. Wow, the King and Queen of Fire. Jeez. Rebirth. Judgment. So this could be something coming back around. Major transformations and changes. I think this is what I mean. I think the person connected to this Emperor, they haven't seen this change. Someone's been in silent mode. They've been in retreat mode. They've had to be. So they can heal through whatever this is. Right? Oh yeah, purpose driven. No matter what though, this is someone who's still carried on. They haven't been stuck in it. What's happening? What's going on? And waiting. They've not been like that. They've been moving forward. They've also been purpose driven. They're someone who keeps on going too. This is why I think you both want the same thing. Oh my God, fire again. Virgo as well, Hermit. Fire, fire, fire. Expect the unexpected. This is, like I said, this is that energy that somebody truly does have that. And in the past, it's been so wounded, that unpredictable energy. Now it's kind of like, okay, let's fuel this, let's ground this. You know, creativity, impulse, passion. Ooh. Okay, so winter time is going to be important here. Capricorn energy could be relevant as well, okay? Oh my God, Sun, Moon, or oh my God, sorry. The Emperor came out, and then the Empress at the bottom of the deck. So then we've got that Capricorn energy as well. Winter time is going to be important for this. Emperor, Empress, wow. That Emperor energy is coming fast. This is someone who's truly, like, when I say they're embodying their divine self, they're really doing this. But they're being intentional with it. That's what's making the difference. Because you have to honour the truth. You have to honour where the triggers still come through. You have to honour where actually you're still working on it. And that's okay, you know? Which is why that inner union is so important, to create this on the external, because that's how you begin to understand what your person will need better as well. You really do. You create that space. Look at this, the Empress, Venus, attraction, beauty, charm, love, pleasure. Venus could be important. The Emperor, protective, action-oriented leader, strong, strength, Strength was in reverse here. They've been turning that around. Let me tell you, they've truly been taking some time here. Let's just see. I'm going to get the other deck as well, actually, because I feel like I need some more clarity for you. Anything else for this beautiful, beautiful connection? Yeah, you've had to learn moderation here. How not to, again, that impulse, how not to be so overindulgent, or overly, I'm not going to say, not spontaneous, but that's it, that not thinking before you act energy, Pause. They're learning how to pause. Harmony, peace, balance, alchemy, Sagittarius energy. Also, there's going to be, I think, learning patience with each other's time frame as well. Learning that's important. Again, winter's coming through, Aquarius energies as well. Okay, so within the next 2 to 4 weeks, which obviously is coming, this is all unfolding very fast over the next 2 weeks, and then moving forward. So Libra energy here, Justice card. Get one more, or whatever, just to bring some clarity. Yeah, Hanged Man, strength. The Hanged Man has been required for this strength. There's been a lot of lessons learned. Sacred pause here. Neptune energy could be important. So Piscean, spirituality, fantasy, escape, illusion, dreams. Number 7 could be important as well. Yeah, I think someone was led by illusion a lot, actually. I don't think they realised it was illusion. I think that they were just running off this fantasy, and it's like I said, that fantasy was coming through for a reason. They want to be honest about this. I just feel like I need to get the animal energy here for this Emperor energy. What is the animal energy with this Emperor right now? Oh my god. Oh, that's beautiful. Butterfly, metamorphosing. The hummingbird. Number 20, that being present. They're learning how to be present, no longer just thinking, and enjoyment, bringing back that joy in the heart space. Rapid response. There could be someone who, no matter how busy they are, they know their priorities. They're not going to just leave someone hanging. And if they have to, then they're going to be very honest about what the reason is. Truly dependable, truly trustworthy. They want to be loyal. Like, they want you to be able to trust whoever this is. If this is you want to be trustworthy. Nectar. Very resilient, sweet goodness, lifting out of negativity, lightness of being. That's that 10 of Wands in reverse. They're finding their lightness, they're following their heart space, and they're doing it without feeling pressured, burdened, and just restrained by it. My God, it's beautiful. Very gorgeous energy, the metamorphosing. Right, clarity for your connection, angels, nectar, something that's really beautiful. That's, again, their abundance. They'll be working on it. Yeah, they might like the good things, Okay. Trust. Oh, no, wait. How many times can we say that? Trust. Yes, way. This situation is calling for to have faith. Waiting at the bottom of the deck. So high levels of commitment. Safe for you to love. Oh my God. Giving your relationship a chance. Okay, we'll just leave that there. That's beautiful. So that's confidence. It's confidence. It's going to give you confidence, but it's also confirmation. Right, let's get some cards for this beautiful divine masculine energy. Then I'm going to get some for the divine feminine connected to this. Okay, so very, again, established, career-driven, ambitious, motivated, mature. God, this is someone who has leveled up. They're really focused. I think they're more focused than they have been. 30 and 33, 3 through 3, boomerang. The recovery of something, an item, health, money, friendship, relationship, enthusiasm, energy. They're becoming, I think they got lost for a while. I say lost, it was part of their whole journey to learn some serious lessons. Remember I said that darkness, like it wasn't, no joke, like they really went there. But this also says a return of what's yours, so a return is, some sorts is out on the cards for sure. This also says something about people saying you were right, so maybe they've been wronged, like just this card that wanted to come through. Time to be honest, time to say, no, this is my truth. Yeah, look at that, the red flag energy. So I think that they've been put in the red flag box for a while, but that was not their truth. 22, 20. Oh my God, these are both 22. 2, 2, 2, 2. So the compass, and this is their self-discovery. They've had to go through all these alarm bells, these warning signs. So they've had to really learn their own red flags, okay? This has been their self-discovery journey. This is seeking truth. So this could be, maybe they were in a position, I'm seeing that Justice card again, something where they were wronged, with untruths. But something about them being truthful as well. You have to be authentic to receive authenticity in return. They've had some serious lessons. Knowing where you're going, making a plan, exploring your life path. Wow. I think this is something that's felt really difficult for the responsibility of that in the past has overwhelmed them. Yeah, ball and chain. They felt like it's a restriction or something. And then they've ended up in that past energy. But this is where things are changing, They're reestablishing themselves. Their enthusiasm for where they're going is coming back. Their energy is revitalizing, right? Okay, nervous communication. Number 12. So they do want to discuss this, but it feels, they don't want this tornado. Maybe they're still thinking about the tornado of the past or something. A total wreck, of the past. Yeah, they're stressed about this. This made that whatever happened in the past, they were unwell as a result of it. Something happened. This doesn't have to be this connection. It could have been someone else, right? But they've been in that situation. Like I said, they've had that situation where they've been honest and it's just been a wreck. Something completely, they felt hollow, void, empty. They don't want that again. Anvil, but they are wanting to take the action. Number 2, 8, 23, 12, 7, 7. They do want to take determined action here. They're really feeling persistent. They're focused as well, which is head of the pack. Again, their abundance pack. They are really allowing that to drive them, The more they're feeling in charge of where they're going with their abundance, the more they're feeling like they can be more confident in even following their heart now as well, okay? There's a lot of indecision, communication, a lot of indecision, but hesitation because things are unclear. There's confusion, the misunderstandings, the doubts. This is what needs to be cleared up. What else? Doorbell. Okay, so someone wants to. This is what this doorbell is. That success. They have success on their mind, right? This is their intention as they move forward. That success, that victory. But they're going to need to be the one who comes through, who knocks on the door with an opportunity. Let's get some more. Yeah, this is confirmation, communication, the bridge. Bridging, that's beautiful. So 12 could be important, 10, 6. Bridging the gap right now. Coming into harmony, uniting, connecting, integrating, sharing, collaboration, overcoming barriers, compromise. So you're going to have to learn the truth about each other, but also be in such a space where you're able to accept that, to trust your person whilst they go through what they need to go through. It's a two-way thing. You're going to be able to build a really strong foundation if you do this right. Trust each other. Okay, I'm just going to get the connecting energy for this Emperor. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. 31, heart and mind, compassionate wisdom, emotional intelligence, mindfulness, holistic insight. This is someone who's really very understanding, whoever they're connected to. Wow, authentic. They see things from all different, the perspective. They can step back and see things from different perspectives. So they would be someone who's understanding. So they truly do need that in return, which is why this is someone who wants to become that in return. Integration, wholeness, authentic decision making, beautiful energy that this person is connected to. What else? Some more confirmation. Look at the girl child. This is someone who they might see as very innocent. Maybe I want to use that word, but not in a word where I think they see their little inner child maybe, or just this version of themselves. It's quite angelic, a presence that's really brings lightness to that hummingbird energy. It makes them feel lighter, just being in this presence, 13, J. And of course we all have dark and light to us, but I think this is when you can really, like I said, this is about embodying that, both sides, but holding space for both for each other. And they can see this energy in their person. Innocent, creativity, spontaneous, carefree, makes them want to fly like a bird, brand new, inexperienced, tender, new perspective girl, beginnings. Ooh. Well, this is someone who's going through some kind of beginning of their own as well then, whoever they're connected to, in something. Maybe they're just prepared for this new beginning. They're not even wanting to focus on the past like that. They want to move forward. Masculine energy. But this is the person they're connected to, so... Divine intervention. I think that whoever they're connected to is kind of almost holding such faith in divine intervention taking place with their masculine, with this Emperor, that they're not even they're not feeling so overwhelmed and stressed about whatever these burdens and restrictions is that they've had to heal through. 444. It's like they have faith. They just have faith in themselves, the person, the path, the divine unfold. Wow. Okay. I think there's this energy of they have had to heal through the whole needing to, come on, let's get on with it. Patience. They've had to learn patience, whoever they're connected to. Also learning how to communicate themselves as well, Maybe they have had other masculine energies in their life. They've had some kind of false information they've had to really discern as well. So maybe this inauthentic expression with this Emperor was confusing them They've had to really release that and let that go, you know, and see that actually where's their focus. Honing on their inner masculine. Got 1331 as well, 28, 16, 11, 18, 23. They're focused on building something themselves. They're planting some kind of seeds. They're hopeful, whoever this emperor is connected to. They're going through a change. Okay. They could have somebody else involved, third person. So that could be that external masculine. Ooh, the snake. Deception, jealousy, betrayal, backstab, toxic, silent treatment, seduction, sexuality, counterproductive. I think this is something that they're healing through. The agreement here, the cycle. They're clearing with the cycle. Because don't forget, this is how they're learning how to be so emotionally intelligent and accepting. You know, this is where they're going to need that space being held from this emperor for them to be honest too, in their truth. Okay, they might have also had their detour. This is what's detoured them off their path as well. They've had to really come back in. Remember, healed masculine energy, not wounded. The trust, not the betrayal and mistrust, you know, within and without. And this is why I think that red herring is kind of like they might have put that energy onto the emperor, and that's again, it's your inner healing that you need to go through, truly. Anything else for the connecting person? The stars, 16 and 6, wishes coming true, peace, miracle, dreams, feeling blessed, hopeful, falling in love, nighttime inspiration, providence. So you definitely feel like you are each other's wish come true, for sure, okay? So I'm just going to quickly see if there's anything else that you need to be aware of moving forwards. Divine preparation, remember, very first message. Hold your vision. Hold your vision. Divine preparation. You know what you're being prepared for right now. And you're getting there. King and Queen of Fire. I'm just going to get one more from here, actually. There's a reason that came through. Wow. I think someone sees this as well. It's like they're, yeah, justice, yet again. Legal matters, truth, integrity, fair, balance. Some truth is coming through, especially with this Magician card, the Mercury. Like, there's communication. That communication is going to have truth to it. You know, this could be someone, again, that third person energy that's being dealt with, you know. Yeah, so that this can finally end. Whatever it is can be closed out and you can release it, let it go, move forwards in integrity, in faith, in, you know, love, in abundance. Wheel of Fortune, wow. Your intuition is going to guide you. Things feel fluid because it hasn't grounded down right now. But this is where that star, your faith is being tested, and you've had tests of faith before. But this is part of the healing, the cycles that you're healing right now, okay? Quickly get animal card for your connecting person, because that girl was coming through as well. So the divine masculine is the hummingbird, who's, oh my god, got the twin flame card. Well, deep soul connections, twin flame, maybe soulmate, faith, pair of things, blooming love, the one, divination, fluidity. Something about fluidity is important here. So this is why this was at the bottom of the deck before, the butterfly. That's your connecting person. So divine masculine is a hummingbird, divine feminine is coming out as a butterfly. 22, metamorphosis, time. Again, this divine feminine is going through a change and is guided to embrace that change, going through evolution of the soul, rising up, inspiration. They have been reinventing themselves, and Emperor here probably has been witnessing that, you know, even from afar. Be open-minded, remember, not restrictive, and things have to be this way, excessive control and feeling like everything is a personal attack when it's not. It's someone else going on their own journey. Side-by-side partnership, yeah, it comes with the beautiful ability to communicate from the heart space, emotional wisdom, holistic integration. You've got this, okay? Powerful, sending love.